Right now at 5, a major shipment of shots. 38,000 doses coming to pharmacies in Texas. We're finding out how you can sign up to get the vaccine. A mobile COVID clinic. How one group of medical workers is seeking out the underserved. And TikTok fame. We're meeting with a junior Olympian who's becoming a social media sensation. Her ties to Southeast Texas. We begin, though, with breaking news. The YMBL South Texas State Fair now postponed. According to the organization, this is out of an abundance of caution because of COVID concerns. The fair events originally scheduled from March 25th through April 4th have now been pushed back to May 20th through the 30th. However, private youth competitions will still be held within the original fair dates. Again, this is breaking as we come on the air here at 5. The fair will be moving to May. You can read more about this on our 12 News Now app. And folks, this isn't the only big change today.
We have spent countless hours working with a number of people to get us to this point. But I'm sad to say today, the 2021 show that we had previously moved to May is simply not possible.
It's also breaking tonight. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has been canceled. This announcement was made via Twitter. The rodeo president says the junior livestock show and horse show competitions will still be held in March as private events. He went on to say that $21.7 million will be provided in the form of grants and scholarships to the youth of Texas. And now the organization is already working towards the 2022 season, which will be its 90th anniversary. Developing tonight, President Biden believes that some Republican lawmakers will sign on to support his COVID relief bill. Today, he met with Democratic senators to talk about the $1.9 trillion stimulus. On the vaccination front, Biden's team says his goal of administering 100 million shots in the first 100 days is well on track. The COVID response team says FEMA is helping deploy more staff to help with registrations and administering doses.
We're deploying personnel to provide technical assistance and to support vaccination sites nationwide and provide additional staff from the federal government. FEMA has already assigned over 600 staff to this effort.
Now, the U.S. is averaging more than 1.3 million shots per day. The COVID task force says cases and hospitalizations are going down, but of course the big concern remains these variants. Now, more vaccines are headed to our region, and this time they'll be sent to some local pharmacies. That announcement yesterday from the Biden administration. Since then, we've heard a lot of questions from a lot of you. What will the rollout look like, and how do you get signed up? 12 News reporter Amelia White got some answers.
100 million vaccines in 100 days. That's a goal for the Biden and Harris administration. But how will it get done? This administration is hopeful neighborhood pharmacies will play a key role. An effort to stop long lines and get the shot of hope in more arms. The Biden-Harris administration is increasing supply lines to a federal retail pharmacy program. Stores like Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, and several other national chains are a part of this launch, meaning they will get more vaccines. 70 pharmacies in Texas, including pharmacies in Beaumont, will get a piece of a 38,000 dose shipment. Those vaccines are expected to arrive towards the end of next week. We don't know exactly which locations will be included, but in the meantime, Walgreens is telling patients what they can expect.
You will have the opportunity that time to sign up for the second appointment as well. And then when the day comes, you go into the store, they're going to ask you to confirm that you are an essential worker. They will confirm your age or certain chronic medical problems, and then you'll be vaccinated.
So we know you have more questions. Coming up at 6, we're going to try to answer the most popular and frequently asked questions. In Beaumont, Amelia White, 12 News.
All right, Amelia, let's check hospitalizations around Jefferson County. The percentage of COVID patients in ICU has gone up significantly in the past day. Today, that number is up over 50%. On the flip side, only 20% of the patients in regular rooms have the virus. Now, regionally, COVID patients make up nearly 45% of the ICU patients and roughly 21% of those in general beds. The overall COVID hospitalization rate is at 23%. New tonight, the effort to get Americans vaccinated still has a long road to go. As of yesterday, the CDC said that fewer than 7% of people in Texas have received their first dose. Part of the problem is reaching underserved communities. Now one organization has developed a mobile clinic to reach those who need the shots the most. Here's Lauren Zakalik.
In the heart of Fort Worth's Las Vegas Trail neighborhood, there was hope Tuesday morning.
Oh, we've been waiting for this for so long.
A mobile clinic set up at an area nonprofit called LVT Rise brought the COVID vaccine right into the West Fort Worth neighborhood. It was a needed outreach, according to LVT Rise Executive Director Willie Rankin.
So I was hoping this really just helped people who didn't have the ability to get transportation to some of the other vaccination sites.
The Las Vegas Trail neighborhood has long been known as an area with deep troubles, including socioeconomic challenges that have been exacerbated by the pandemic. Rankin said some people here don't have internet or computers or transportation.
So whenever there's a vaccination, they say, go to this website and sign up for your vaccine. For this particular population, that's not really an effective way.
So Tarrant County Public Health, MedStar, and LVT Rise came to them Tuesday, vaccinating about 100 people from the 76116 zip code. Most had appointments through the county, but some walked up. Others got help getting registered.
We're trying to make sure that we meet where they are.
Public Health Director Vinny Tenacia said low vaccine supply continues to be a challenge, but they hope to continue outreach like this.
We know, just looking at our data, that folks that are in underserved communities due to a variety of life conditions may not be able to even access the opportunity that's there.
They want to provide that shot in the arm to this community and beyond. In Fort Worth, I'm Lauren Zakalik.
Folks, another sunny day around Southeast Texas. Here's our Roofing 911 Skycam at Packard-LaPrade, downtown Beaumont. Really, really nice. 59 degrees there as we check out the Jefferson County Courthouse. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn is here. We understand tomorrow may not be quite as pretty.
No, it will probably be a windy day across Southeast Texas with considerable cloudiness, but I think the rains will hold off until tomorrow evening. As we lose visible satellite imagery, you can see gone are our totally sunny days, and starting to see more in the way of clouds creeping back into the area. Otherwise, temperatures into the upper 50s to lower and middle 60s, so a little warmer than what we saw the preceding day. We'll fall into the mid to upper 50s. May not go much cooler than that because of the south winds and a warm front going through. In fact, temperatures may actually rise as we head towards morning into the lower 60s by daybreak. Coming up, we'll talk about a very unsettled forecast and try to time everything out in just a few minutes.
New developments now. The race for Beaumont mayor could get interesting. 5 candidates have already signed up to run. The latest, LaShawn Proctor. Proctor is the director for his family's funeral homes and is a proud graduate of Westbrook High School, also a Navy veteran. During a news conference today, Proctor talked about the power of strengthening and rebuilding Beaumont.
As I've had a plan for my business and I've had a plan for my family, I also have a plan for the city and the citizens of Beaumont, Texas. Together, we can strengthen and rebuild our city.
Roy West Jr., W.L. Pate, and Bagidia Hernandez-Smith all announced their candidacies in the fall and winter. Yesterday, Beaumont City Councilwoman Robin Mouton added her name to the list, so there you have it, the 5 candidates right there on your screen. New tonight. 2-year-old Levy Pugh is now back in his mother's arms. The toddler was at the center of an Amber Alert for most of the day. Police say his father, who you just saw, Isaac Pugh, forced his way into his ex-wife's home around 8:30 last night, assaulted her, and then took their son. He fled in a truck. Police found Levy with his father around 12:45 this afternoon in McKinney. The little boy was not physically harmed. Officers took the dad into custody. No word yet what charges he faces. Investigators in Calcasieu Parish have charged a driver in connection to a crash on I-10 that took the life of a toddler. This happened in the westbound lanes last night, just 3 miles east of the Texas state line. Investigators say 41-year-old Blaine LeCompte was speeding, crashed into a stopped 18-wheeler. Troopers say the 3-year-old boy in the vehicle was not properly restrained and died at the scene. Officers charged LeCompte with DWI, child endangerment, and other charges. Today, lawmakers gathered to honor a U.S. Capitol police officer killed during the attack on January 6th. House and Senate leaders joined Officer Brian Sicknick's family in the rotunda for a congressional tribute. During last month's attack, Sicknick was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. He died the next day.
Our promise to Brian's family is that we will never forget his sacrifice. We must be vigilant as what President Lincoln referred to as the harsh artillery of time. We will never forget. With your permission, may we be worthy to carry Brian in our hearts.
Senator Chuck Schumer also spoke at the ceremony. He called Brian a peacekeeper. Ahead here at 5, the countdown is on for Super Bowl Sunday. Hear the stern warning from doctors who are fearful of super spreader parties. But first, we'll meet a junior Olympian who has family here in Southeast Texas. The video that's helping her go viral.